Hello and welcome back, everybody. It's Complicated Relationships Reddit Stories. Hope you guys are safe and healthy. Now let's see what the story is about today. Where to start? OP was with this lady for 3 years, 2 as a couple and 1 as his fiancée. Let's call her Juliet to make things easier. It's time we listen to the story. Now here is how it all went down. We'll start with November 2019.
I had this sneaking suspicion that something was going on. She was in the shower one night, and I took a look through her phone, thinking my paranoia would be put to rest with a quick look. What I found was heartbreaking. She had a dating profile with multiple messages to other men, among other things. That was the first time I think I've ever had a true anxiety issue. I was shaking and frozen. I was able to calm myself down to pretend to fall asleep that night. When she was out, I took her phone into the next room and did a deeper dig into her dating profiles. On one profile, guys that she swore were just good friends were receiving very explicit messages and photos. Nothing revealing, but they may as well have been. I screenshot everything and sent them to me as evidence. Woke her up at 3 a.m. to talk. I called her out on her messages, and she said it wasn't like that. She wouldn't say much more, and she had to go back to sleep for an early shift at work. The next day was absolutely bad for me. All of the certainty I had in us in our relationship was in question. Any small task was like asking me to run a marathon. We decided to talk things through when I got home. She was sitting ready for me when I got home. I asked her what she had to say for herself. She said, "I don't consider it cheating because nothing physical ever happened." I told her, "I can't tell if you're just lying or if you're just that stupid." I read out the explicit texts between her and the guys, asking her time and time again how she doesn't consider that betraying. How, if she found these things on my phone, she would be reacting the same way. She broke down and said she made a huge mistake. She begged me to stay and give her a chance to show me how much she loves me. I did. She got up and was texting someone. Let's call him Matt for reference. She asked if she could continue to text him. I didn't find anything incriminating between the two of them. I told her as long as she promises that they were just friends, and I asked her if I could trust her. She told me, "He is only a friend, and you can trust me."
Now it's December 2019.
We were having a great couple of months. We were starting to get into a groove as a couple again. Juliet and I went back to my hometown for Christmas to spend some time with my folks. She ended up confiding in my brother's fiancé that I caught her talking to other guys, and it was not a big deal. And he blew it out of proportion. And now, of course, I'm angry. She tells a blatant lie to someone I'm very close to try and win sympathy points. And once one family member knows, the rest of the family soon follows. So something that was supposed to be worked out between the two of us as a couple was now known by my entire family.
It's March of 2020.
More of a specific date here, but it's specific for a reason. This was the date of our wedding, or what was supposed to be the date of our wedding. Pandemic threw a wrench into our wedding plans, and we had to postpone it. Deep down, I was almost thankful. Before, she convinced me to go through with the wedding, despite all of her red flags. This was going to give us time to work on our relationship and to become stronger. The morning, or March 28th, I woke up sweating. I was on a full-blown panic mode. I convinced myself that just taking a quick look at her phone would give me a peace of mind so that I could go back to sleep. Once again, I was wrong. Matt, the nothing but a friend guy, sent messages about her body. He talked about how he missed holding her and the nights they would have together. I just about broke. I woke her up and walked her out into the living room and called her out. I showed her the evidence and asked if she had been seeing him. She said, "Why did you have to go through my phone?" And shortly after that, she admitted that it was physical. I said some really bad things to her. It was the most upsetting, betrayed, and absolute worst I've felt in my entire life. I saw my life crack and shatter before my eyes. I broke up with her on the spot and told her to move everything out of my place. I packed up my things. We were at her mom's place for the weekend and left that minute.
Now we are on to September 2020.
It has now been almost 6 months since everything has happened, but it feels like yesterday. Juliet is back living with her mother, and I moved back to live with my family, at least during the pandemic. It has been the worst 6 months of my life. I've never been more upsetting, more uncertain my entire life. And because of the pandemic, there isn't much besides online dating that is available to try and move on. She is out of my life for good.
End of the first story. Well, OP, don't force yourself outside your comfort zone with dating yet. It's still early days. Anyone who is worthy of you will be glad of you to take care of yourself to heal properly before embarking out on a serious relationship. She did a wild number on your self-esteem. It's okay to be single for a while before you regroup and finding a new balance. The kindness you gave to your ex, now give it to yourself. Unlike her, you deserved it. If you are enjoying the video so far, please give a thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel. The second story is titled, My fiancé has been seeing another man for 2+ years and broke up our family of 4.
I was a single father of an 18-month-old girl when we met in 2013. I've had sole custody of my daughter since she was 9 months old. Her mother, my ex-wife, was a user and left me for her dealer. But that's a story for another time. My new, now ex-fiancé, was a single mother of an 11-month-old girl when we met, and since we had similar experiences with our previous relationships, we had an obvious connection. We hit it off immediately and began a relationship after our first date. I was terrified of dating because of what happened in my marriage, but despite my fears, she held strong that what we had was special and worth pursuing. Our daughters started to grow together, and before long, after about a year or so, we moved in together. We argued very rarely. Everything seemed to be going swimmingly. One day, about 2 months into our moving together, she goes out with her friend to a concert that I couldn't attend because we couldn't find a babysitter. We had a very honest relationship at the time and told each other everything. At the show, she sends me a picture of a note a bouncer had handed her saying, "Hey, I'm shy, but think you're beautiful. Here's my number. Call me sometime." And we literally laughed at it, saying, "How pathetic. He may have a stack of these in his pocket and hands them out to every cute girl he sees." A few weeks later, I start getting a feeling she's being extra protective of her phone. So, because we're on the same account, I log in and find out they have been texting back and forth since the concert. I immediately confront her, and she admits they talk, but nothing has happened. Foolishly, I believed her. Against my better judgment, I accept her telling me that she has ended their friendship for the sake of our relationship.
Time goes by and OP forgets about it. They are deeply in love and OP proposed to her maybe 7 months after the whole fiasco, periodically checking if she's still texting him, but he did not find anything.
2.5 years go by. We both have good jobs. Our girls are happy and healthy, getting along as siblings. She's a great mother to both of them, treating them as if they are both her own children. She and I are as close as ever. I consider myself a great father, always understanding, patient, and caring. All the things I was taught to be growing up by my father. We were happy. Thursday night, I come home to a house full of her family. My stepdaughter, her brother, his kids, her sister's son, and her mother. My biological daughter spends time with her biological mom at her grandmother's house on Thursday nights. Thursdays are my ex-fiancé's day off, so she usually spends them hanging out with her daughter after daycare. So I walk in and give my now ex-fiancé a kiss as I always do, settle in, and head upstairs to use the bathroom. On the rug in front of the toilet, there sits her phone. I pick it up, and it immediately chimes a message. She doesn't have a password to unlock her phone, and the message is from a vaguely familiar name. I open it and reveal the messages exchanged that day. I'm shaking while I read them. They are extremely comfortable messages about how much fun they had been having today at the hotel. She even sent him a picture of her and my stepdaughter smiling that day. I panic, take pictures of the messages, and grab the car keys and leave. I was in such a state I left with her phone in my hand. I peel out of the driveway and head to a gas station to fill up. I can't think straight. My heart is pounding. She calls from her mother's phone. I answer and immediately start screaming about how I know what's happening. I know where she's been today.
She tells him to come back home with her phone, or else she's going to start destroying his stuff.
This is coming from the woman I've been with for 4 years trusted, cared for, and dedicated my life to, whom assured me how much she loves me. I stupidly drive home and give her back her phone. We talk. She explains that it's been going on for 2+ years. She doesn't love him and obviously never meant for me to find out. That it's just a physical thing, and that she's sorry, blah blah. I leave and go to a hotel. Freaking out, I call my friend who moved to another state, talk to her about it all, and she tells me there is no goddamn way I can get back with her. I'm currently staying with a close friend with my daughter. She's sleeping next to me while I type this. I've since told her whole family about her affair, and they are all disappointed and saddened. My ex-fiancé has been overly apologetic, saying it'll never happen again and how we can work it out. I start to lose my cool, yelling about how much of a two-faced lying mess she is, saying all the things you think you'd say in this situation. I tell her she has to get out of my house. But for some reason, I'm the one who left. Said she's got to be out by Monday. She agreed to do so. I just lost a partner. I'm going to lose a daughter. My kid is going to lose a sister and another mother. Not to mention my ex's whole family. I've been through this before, and it's ugly. I don't know what to do. My heart is broken, and I've been periodically crying and thinking back on all the times I had bad feelings. It upsets me. How can I move on with my life? How can I ever trust another human?
End of the story. Well, OP, focus on your daughter. Maybe by helping her heal, you can heal too. I'm really sorry that you're losing your stepdaughter and her family. Your daughter is still there and you can still be in touch with your ex's family. Please know that they are on your side, even if they interact with your ex. Your daughter can still be their grandkid, niece, etc. Don't throw away relationships with good people who loves you and your daughter. It's better you found out now. Hold on to that and take time to be single. Thank you all for listening. Please like, comment and share the video if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you will be notified when we upload the next video tomorrow. Take care.